Your girl is coming to City Winery. So it is a new spot that was advertised. I seen it on Facebook and Instagram. Um, First of all, I wanted to talk about these phones, child. So I'm in the break room, minding my business. All of a sudden, the phone drops. And it was funny because I did plan on getting another phone. I'm like, because these phones don't last forever. I had the phone for 4 years and it was still thriving. It was still good. But I was like, my next phone, I wanted it to be the Razr. Or I was going to treat myself to an iPhone. So, like, things that were leading up to even before today, like the charger piece had broke. I had to go and get a new charger, and it's crazy because it's sold separately from a new phone. So the guy's like, I went during my break or whatever because I work downtown, so I just went on J Street to the Metro store. He's like, oh, it's sold separately, but I'm sure he knew I wasted my $20 because the same charger that's for the 12 is for the 15. They both, and I'm so mad I spent an extra 20, and it's like, come on. But they charged me $325, girl, for an Android, and that's only a couple of dollars from an iPhone. Like I should have got the iPhone, honestly and truly. But it's like, on a serious note, like, why are cell phones so expensive? Like, I remember buying just recently, and 4 years go by quick because I'm like, yo, I had that phone for 4 years, and it's crazy. 4 years and it crashed, just like my last phone had crashed under my ex's car, and so I had to get that phone. And so that phone, it was crazy. But I lost all my contacts. I had to, so when I was at work, I had to get everybody's number, whatever, again. But it's like a blessing in disguise too, because that's when you see like who your friends are. Like, that's when you, for real. And actually, before today, I started doing that, and I could truly, truly, truly say that at 36 years old, I don't care about, like, I have a couple of associates, but I wouldn't really say I have like close friends, you know. And I'm a very nice person. I'm very outgoing and stuff, but I think I've come to a point of maturity in life where I'm okay without, and there's a lot of people who don't have friends and they think they have friends, so what do I consider a friend? A friend is someone who, at a drop of a dime, they're there for you, no questions asked. But sometimes people are there for you so they could talk about you. And I wanted to talk about that a little bit. And yeah, so recently, I had like a little situation, nothing too deep. But this person was talking about their so-called best friend that they knew from nursery school. And the things that they were saying were interesting to me because it's like, if you really are a friend to someone, you should never be looking down at them. And if you ever feel like you're superior to the person, and you might be, you shouldn't hang out with them. Or if you feel like, oh, I'm around this person because I feel sorry for them, right? So I have an associate or whatever, and she doesn't have any friends. Like, every time it's her birthday, no one's there but me, and I feel obligated to pay. And I'm like, I had to stop and think, like, but she doesn't do this for me. Like, I have friends or associates, whatever you want to call them, just in general. It's kind of like an unspoken rule that when you're out, you're supposed to pay, right? And I remember I was telling my cousin about this individual. I was like, she's really starting to piss me off because this bitch will go to the bar and she won't even ask me if I want something to drink. Now, one thing about my cousins, or just anybody I hang out with, there's an unspoken rule to say, okay, we're going to treat each other, right? Back and forth. You don't have to sit down and discuss it, but it's just a natural thing, right? Somebody treats you for your birthday, you're supposed to treat them for theirs. It's just a natural, right? It's kind of like an unspoken rule, what I would say, right? You're supposed to do for that person, just naturally, or you should want to do for that person, right? Because they don't have to do, right? Person don't have to show up. Person don't have to do. So you should make it your due diligence to return the favor. And my parents didn't have to teach me that. I just know that from my own social skills, because my parents have none. Like, my father has friends, but he's one of those that he look down at people. Like, he feel like he everybody daddy. He said it. He everybody daddy. Like, and I just wanted to let people know, be careful of those type of people. You know, some people will befriend you because they feel sorry for you. You know, or you be like, oh, that's my best friend, but they don't see you in that way, right? So, like, a friend to me is like, y'all on the phone, y'all know personal things about each other, y'all there for each other, and it's just like a mutual thing. It's not you always calling and texting them. And I think I had told y'all about a previous former friend. Her and I were very close for 7 years. I considered her my best friend, but she let me know, like, no, you are not my best friend. I have another, best friend, whatever. And I thought that was a little weird or strange for her to say that, but I'm like, okay, cool, and I told y'all in a previous video different things. But, I didn't start telling people what, I did for her until after the friendship was over. But for somebody to say that, and that's supposed to, so I just wanted to spread that message, like, be careful who helps you. I'm proud to say that I've never had to, I'm not going to say never say never. They say never say never, but I hope I would never have to be in a position where I have to borrow, because people talk. Let's keep it real. So you getting help, or you thinking that person's helping you out, they're going to talk about you, And I remember this person telling me this, and I'm like, well, that's none of my business. Why are you telling me what you did for your so-called, close friend? And he's like, well, I tell the people I'm close to, whatever. I said, but that really shows what type of fucked up individual you are, because you're sitting here telling me something that you did for somebody else. Like, I just thought it was weird. And it just was like, see, this is why I don't have best friends, because of shit like that. Like, you telling, like, why are you doing that? He's cool peoples, and you, like, bragging on what you, it's not genuine. Basically, if someone does something for you or somebody else, and they telling the world, they not your friend. It's that simple. They not your friend, because it's like, it should come from a genuine heart. It should come from unless if the person feels used. Like, for me, I feel used. I feel played, because I remember, like, I was bored, and I can admit that. That's another thing I wanted to say. Like, don't let boredom dictate the time of who you spend it with, right? It's better to be in your solitude and to be alone than to hang out with somebody because you're bored. Is this person a good person, right? Is this person uplifting? Can you learn something from this person? Do you like this person? Because sometimes we got to stop and think, like, do I even like this hoe? And I'm just spending my time, and then it's like, I kid you not, like, there's a person that I've known for 15 years. We don't talk. I don't know anything about her. Likewise, the same for me, and that's the way she wants it. She doesn't speak to people, and that's her right, and that's her choice. And I've never pushed it, because I'm a type of friend. I'm a type of person. I'm going to meet you where you are. So if you're a quiet person, cool. If you're a homebody, I'll come to your house. If you're a party person, I'll come to your party. Like, so I meet people where they are. I might try to invite you here and there, and then I leave it alone. So I'm 36, and I see why a lot of people, if you have family, and then if you have family and friends, count yourself blessed, you know, because a lot of people think you need a bunch of friends and you don't. I would rather have one or two real ones than to have a bunch of fakes around. Some people are blessed to have both family and friends. You have both, that's a beautiful thing. But, I don't knock myself anymore. I know that I'm a cool person. I know that I'm a good person. And, like I said, I have my associates, and I have my friends, but we're not close. Like, we don't talk on the phone. I might see them for an event here and there, but when you grown. You don't have time. You don't have the same amount of time that you did in your 20s and your teens. Yeah. So that's what I wanted to say today: is watch who you call your friends, because a lot of people are fake. And why are phones so expensive? Comment, like, and subscribe, because it's insane. I would never spend this for a phone, but it's like I had no choice. I noticed Cricket is up and coming. They got something called Cricket, then they have Spectrum. There's a few companies out here. I saw a sign for Cricket. They had phones for $150, but I think it's like, obviously you have to be one of their customers, and if you're a new customer type stuff. But comment, like, and subscribe. Those of y'all that are 30 something, getting into your late 30s, how do you feel about your friendships? And I know for me, I don't have too many regrets, because I was pretty good with cutting people off. And I could truly say, for most of the friendships in my adult life, a lot of them ended out of laziness. I was just thinking about that. Like, it wasn't even beef. It was just, we got busy. And then it's like 1 year turned into a decade. It's like, oh shoot, I haven't seen this person. Because you're spending your time with so many other different people. It's but so many hours in a day. When you have your days off, you want to spend it like to yourself and with your kids and to your immediate people, your close people. And so you don't realize, like, oh shit, I haven't seen this person 5-10 years. They done moved out of state. They did this, they did that. And I'm like, yeah, time flies. But be careful who you call friend. And a reminder that Elvana, on August 22nd, she is coming to City Winery. I got my tickets. Don't be there. Beat me there. And those are my thoughts.